Alrighty, Brigandine fans, welcome back to your Brigandine guide for head armor. Heavy armor for monsters in the game. Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia. Let's get into it here. Let's talk about this, and let's see what it's all, good and great about. Let's figure this out together, alright? So, you might have some questions here, and at the end we'll do a little bit of something extra, a little bonus. But as far as your questions are concerned, let's answer that in a very easy way. And so what I'm going to do here is we're going to look at a dragon here. This dragon's called Toothless, and it has a far-sighted headband on. And so if you're new to the game and you got some questions about this, trying to figure out like what's the best gear to put on, what do you want to do, really depends on what you're trying to go for. If you're just trying to make a matching set, make sure that all these files here on the left here with the claw and with the armor piece and with the headgear and with the ring, they all match as far as the color is concerned. White, purple, or yellow, or as I call it, gold. But if you want to see like a good set for that actually gives you like massive bonuses, that is one of the best ways to do it. But let's look at the individual gear here and see what they all do. So the first piece of headgear at the very bottom of the stats here is far-sighted headband, and it gives you defense of 3 and it gives you accuracy of 5%. So that's actually quite good. It's actually quite good because monsters like this, bigger monsters, usually have accuracy problems, considering the fact that we're looking at 55 agility, and according to according to kind of how according to how the game typically goes, agility determines whether you're going to hit something or not, and also determines your evasion parameters. So, more that I have versus what you have, the better chance that I will be able to hit you and avoid your attack as well. That's kind of how the game goes for agility. It works both ways for accuracy and evasion. So, just to let you know, just to get that out of the way, we'll keep going here. So, anti-magic headband gives you 3 defense, and instead of the what the far-sighted one had over here with accuracy plus 5, this actually gives you magic resistance of 4%. So this is good if you're gonna go in being a tank and you want to defend against a little bit more magical damage. So something like a Geno Frost, Geno Flame, something like that, it'll actually protect you a little bit more. So this is pretty good too. So just to let you know about that. All right. Now the hero's headband, you can see our stats are changing here, and some of these pieces of gear actually have negative factors to them. So I just have to let you know that because it does happen in this game, and for reasons unknown, for reasons I don't understand. But this one has -5 intelligence, so it actually makes you very weak to magic attacks. But it does give you a boost of 5 attack, and the defense is of 3. So that's good, but you lose intelligence, so if you get bombed with a divine ray or something like that, it could be a little bit worse. So you got to look at some of these pieces of gear and really think about it. Is it something that I want on my monster or not? Okay, so here's the next one up here, and look at this one. Mana headband. Typically mana bands, mana pieces of armor do this kind of thing. They usually have a negative value of some kind. This is -10 HP, which for big monsters, I don't know if it's really that big of a deal, but it depends on what kind of monster you're putting on, really. But it does have a magic cost minus of 10, so it actually makes, and a defense of 3, so it actually makes your monster a little bit easier to fit into the team in case like you're just on the verge of like overreaching of your magic cost, your rune pool. This will help you actually fit another monster in there, which can actually be quite good. And I do use this helmet even on monsters that I do want to have a lot of HP with, just to get that extra monster on my team. Okay, so that's what that's about. Steel headband. Now typically steal anything from the white gear pool here, usually it has like a defensive 8 or defensive 10 or defensive something. It's usually the best kind of headgear you can get in the white section from the low band of gear that you can get for this game. So it's one of the best, really. If you just want a solid piece of defense and it's just what you find, it's actually quite good. It'll help you out a lot. Alright, so we're looking at the 3 tiers here. Purple tier just means rarity and quality, and gold tier means rarity and extremely good quality. So if we put on the blue headband, you can see that on the right our stats have changed. Pause the video at any time you want to see what those stat changes are. But if we look at the blue helm here, we're going to be looking at a defense of a blue dot here. So it's actually giving us a blue dot defense. If you see this little blue dot here, so we actually gain an extra blue dot to defend against blue type of attacks, and we get 5 defense. And it also, this one's really, really cool, inflicts water HP recover of A. So basically you could turn this dark dragon into a self-healing water snake creature of sorts. So you can put this dark dragon in the water and he'll heal in the water. That is quite awesome. That is very, very awesome. I actually use this on some of my monsters, actually. Just have to try to remember that because they have the blue helmet on, you got to remember to try to stick them in the water so they can get some self-healing properties, so you don't have to heal them up as much. Another really cool attribute to this too is if you have an angel and you put on the loop heal on it and then put it in water, essentially you're going to see for the next 3-4 turns, however many turns you do this for, is they'll just basically get a self-heal in the water because the 2 little heals every single turn. So you can essentially have a self-healing dragon in the water because of that. I'm just saying, it's a good option. You might want to try that. So definitely think about that. Now, if you're not in an area where there is water, that's unfortunate, but it does happen, and then, well, you're not going to get that kind of bonus there. But anyways, all right, blue helm up to what? We just covered that one? Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Anti-magic helm. All right, this one is a defense of 5 and a magic resistance of plus 10%. So this will help you against magic attacks onto you. Okay, Crimson Helm. We're looking at here is we're looking at a red orb defense there with attack 2, defense of 3, and an accuracy bonus of plus 3%. Quite good, actually. It's not bad. So this one's actually pretty good too. Still, I personally like the blue helm a little better, but this one's also very good too. And if you put this one on, you don't have to worry about being in water or anything. You always get an accuracy bonus of 3. All right, the Servant Helm. Now this one is a little bit different than a Mana Helm. You know how you saw the Mana Helm before? We actually lost some HP over here. Remember how we were kind of losing the HP? Well, we don't have that with the purple tier gear. And we have a magic cost of minus 15, so instead of minus 10, it's minus 15. You're like, wait, is it minus bad? No, for magic cost, it's good, because the more magic cost you have, the harder it is to fit this monster onto your team, because magic cost determines, you know, how big of a monster it is that, you know, how much monster control can you have. And so if you have a monster control of 300, and the monster that you want to put in, you want to put 3 monsters in there, but all the 3 monsters are 110, well, you can only fit 2 of them in there. But if you got something like this, you probably could fit 3, because now this is minus 15. So I'm just saying, this is a pretty good piece of gear right here. Plus, also, if you have a monster that needs to class up, and it only costs 15 points to class up, put the helmet on them, bam, just like that, you can class them up and put them on your team. So that's also another way to do this. So that's what the Servant Helm does. All right, Thunderhelm. Thunderhelm is a green dot defense and defense of 7. So it's even better than the other other defensive pieces of gear here, so this is actually quite good. The only difference is that this is a green orb defense, so if you have another fiery dragon attacking you, you might not really notice much as far as the defense is concerned. But everything else is concerned, the best defense you can get for the purple tier in this class. But I'd have to say, personally, overall, I would pick the blue helm over everything, unless I needed the servant helm for fitting purposes. I wasn't able to fit all my monsters in. Then the servant helm would obviously be the way to go. But if you can find a blue helm, that's a really good piece of gear. All right, let's go up to the gold gear here and look at the stat growth on the right. If you can pause the video at any time you want, check things out, definitely go for that. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. I can definitely help out if I missed anything as far as what I'm trying to do as far as present this towards you. So the Ice Emperor Helm, you can see this defense go up and HP go up. It's pretty cool. What does it do? Okay, so we actually get 2 blue dots for defense now, instead of just the 1. Typically, that's kind of how it goes with most of the defensive gear anyways. You go from no, or maybe an orb defense, mostly no orb defense, to 2, and then up to 3, or 1 to 2, or something like that. But we get HP of 15, defense plus 10, quite good, and inflicts, which I think they should change inflict to adds charm immunity. So basically, essentially, you are immune to charm spells. And I gotta say, this is super, super good for this game if you're going up against somebody like Stella that could charm you. And monsters that are really, really big and burly like this, as you can see on the right here, the intelligence is not that good. So I gave it an unsmiley face there, or a frowny face, whatever. But yeah, intelligence is never that great. It really, when it comes down to big burly monsters like this, I got an okay intelligence, but really they're just there to be tanks in the front line and take the damage and stall the enemy from getting to your back line. Essentially, that's kind of what that is. So the Ice Emperor Helm is actually very good if you're fighting up against other dragons, because it gives you 2 blue dots of defense and all of that. So if someone tries to come at you with snakes, you can kind of defend against that. All right, the Crown of Drastile. Now look at this. Now we're losing hit points, we're losing defense, we're getting MP, and we're losing our magic cost. So it's going to be cheaper to put this monster on our team. Now we get 2 green dots for defense, right there. MP of 10. We get magic cost minus 10 and 7 defense, and inflicts or adds paralyze immunity. All these things are amazing. Crown of Drastile is one of those helms I just put on most of my monsters because magic cost, MP, defense. I can't be paralyzed. It's overall very good piece of armor. All right, let's check out what's up next. And as you can see, from my questing preferences, I seem to get Crown of Drastile a lot. All right, so Relic Helm. Let's look. Hit points are going up. Our combat power is going up, and magic cost will go up because it doesn't have a anti magic cost preference. So we get red dots for the Relic Helm here. HP 15, defense of 7, inflicts faint immunity. So this will be a really good one for if you're going up against giants and cyclopses and titans. This could be good for that, just because you won't get fainted. And even Stella. Stella has the ability to faint you too. So if you're up against Morelva and Stella's mostly up against you, maybe equip the Relic Helm. That'll probably help you out. But then again, I mean, it does give you red dot defense, which will make you a little weaker to her. But then again, getting stunned leaves you free for an absolute next attack, which might even be worse. You are getting plus 7 defense, so I don't know. I would definitely consider putting the Relic Helm on if I went up against Morelva. All right, the Adamantine Helm. Look at this one. This is a crowd favorite right here. Put this on and you get 1 extra mobility. This makes the dragons move around just like almost all the other creatures in the game. 30 hit points, 10 defense, and mobility. Very, very good piece of gear. I'd have to say my top 2 pieces of gear right now would be Adamantine and the Crown of Drastile. You know, just due to magic cost and all that. But you have to decide what you want on your team. Do you want more mobility or do you want more monsters? So it depends on how you're going to play this. So yeah, that'll pretty much have to do it. But like I said before, if you want to see what all the bonuses are on the left side here, equip all gear that has all the same color, and typically you're going to see like an all-star bonus. I'll do the best all-star bonus for you, just so you get to see something really cool here. All right, so let's put on the lunar gem here, and you're going to see the stats go nuts. Going to go absolutely nuts. This is the best thing you can get if you can get it. Please do try to go for an all-star bonus with gear. This will help you out tremendously. But check this out. Check the stats out when I go to. As you can see, the all-star bonus just jumps up there, and right here. If you're not noticing, it's right there. But look at the lightning talons. Now pause the video if you want, and then unpause. Boom. Look at all those stats jump. That's nuts. So, okay, everybody. Thanks so much for coming by. Next up, we're going to go into light armor or gauntlets here. As far as, or not gauntlets. Sorry. Wait, yeah. Actually, we will go into gauntlets, I believe, next one. And then we got 1 more piece of armor, and then I believe we have monster rings to go over, and then we're pretty much done with this series here. It's taken quite a while because there's so much to go over. After that, I'm going to cover something else. But thanks everybody for coming by. Hopefully you had a great time, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And if you haven't already, definitely smash a like or subscribe. Help the channel grow. I'll see you later.